No, that's not. It's gotta be the one before this. That shows the staircase.
Page after another one, maybe it's page 15?
All right, well, that's,
No.
yeah.
That's gonna be the convenience center.
Yeah, that's good enough. So you're coming out of the fountain area, and the staircase is right here and goes straight across. Now, years ago, there was an easement underneath the parking lot that went to the beach. That basically, at some point, turned into parking spaces and got illuminated. And so the idea was to then create this approach going to the beach and to the pool, which makes a little bit more sense. Ideally, because the number of people we have, kids with baby carriages and so on, and also wheelchairs and so on, to have a small electric lift that could take people up to that level from the bottom there, so they can go across.
There's a ramp right now.
Yeah. Now this is another thing that they added. We don't have a handicap ramp other than going underneath, and it's not really proper.
Yeah, somebody with a wheelchair.
There's an elevator that was decommissioned, it looks like.
There used to be an elevator.
Yeah, there
I
was
have
some-
to-
It's the ocean sound, they dismantled
Yeah,
it.
it's
Yeah.
like, it's just plywooded up or
I
whatever.
think it could be activated again.
Well, that,
Probably could be.
if you
I
had
think
to
it's
do
haunted,
it,
though.
it would have to be totally rebuilt, but it didn't go anywhere that made sense, and I think there was a security issue, and that's why it was eliminated.
But can be used, this elevator that is so expensive, it can be today, they use those lifts.
Yeah, they just use
Because
these lifts.
when
But
I-
somebody's right, so the elevator doesn't go
As a
anywhere.
matter of fact, if you wanna see
No.
one, there's one across the street, there's one across the street.
At Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
But
the
it's
other thing they
the-
added here was a ramp, which could be done fairly easily, off of the main, pool deck, where the sandbar is, for baby carriages and wheelchairs coming down to the beach area. Those are the things that they added. So the idea was to add very simple additional amenities that are not too expensive to do, that would enhance dramatically how people use the facility and take advantage. Right now, nobody really uses this deck, so this would take advantage.
And it needs to be redone anyway. All the nails are popping up.
Yeah, that's why they're afraid.
Yeah, and so there are a number of things. This is a good time to think about doing this, because we're really talking about eliminating some planters, which is a positive thing from a maintenance point of view. I think that I would agree with that. And opens up additional parking there. And so you really would change the look of this. Whether or not it's covered with some kind of an awning material to hide all of the construction vehicles and so on, maintenance vehicles, that's something, that's an option that can be done. The idea of doing this, at the time, there was an issue with kids throwing pebbles down onto the cars, and it was felt that this might be a good solution, both aesthetically and from the point of view of protecting the automobiles down the road. Okay, now the biggest part of this project is the front entrance. You want me to talk about the front
No,
gate?
which one?
The front gate.
No, I want to do this one first.
Okay.
I'll get to that later.
Okay.
Just-
So that's basically the concept here. So if you have any questions.
Right.
Tony, I got several people in looking at the trees, and one of the fellows who was there, we happened to walk by the deck area there with all that nailed wood. First of all, he was, surprised to see the nails, but I said, look, that's before my time, I have no idea. But he said if we want to do something, that wood would have a lot of resale value. In other words, it's really, really good, and the fact that it has nails, driven through it would affect its value some, but it would have a resale value. In other words, we're not stuck with it, which surprised me, but anyway.
That's
maybe
a
I'll
very
do
good
that.
point. We were told when we redid our deck here, the same thing, that the EPID wood, they run it through a
That's
machine.
Brazilian wood.
Yeah, Brazilian wood, it's very hard wood, long
Right.
lasting. They run it through a machine and it basically resurfaces and it's like brand new. So that, if that's the case, but if we do anything here, probably to use the laminate that's at the yacht
Tracks or
club.
whatever, yeah.
That's what he suggested.
Which is much better from a maintenance point of view.
But we cannot just reuse the same wood, just reuse it?
We could, we'd have to compare the
Or
differences.
we can just keep it too. And
Yeah.
fix it.
Yeah, we could keep it, fix it, and then put the screws in from the bottom.
That's it for now. Okay, this is like I said, this is the first project that will, this is,
By the way, one of the options was, to put tile on the whole deck by the pool and so on. But, the thinking in today's world is that it doesn't make sense to do that, it's a huge expense.
So we have to send this out to the unit owners.
And also, it's a big expense, it adds weight to the deck, and it's not necessarily the best solution. And there are materials now that you can just spray on.
again, this is the first project. This is just one option. As we all know, to do an option like this would require a unit vote.
Right.
Okay, that's number one. We can also just fix up the deck in the front, leave it the way it is now, with people walking through, by Ocean Sound and Tide Mark, enhancing the whole area, you know, if we wanna, you know, make recommendations when we start this committee, to make recommendations on, you know, the walls, whatever, and just resurface the whole pool area, that's another option. And I think one of the things about the electronic voting, which I think is gonna come in handy and help the committee, is I think it'd be a good idea, even before we get into the details, if the board approves this electronic voting, I understand it has polling capabilities.
Right.
And I think it would be a great idea, before we spend all this time and everything, if we get some feedback from the unit owners on polling, you know, what they look like, what they're interested in and everything.
I have to say, after just listening to this, I agree, after looking at that polling thing last night at the KBCBC meeting, I have to say, this would be a great way to get out to the unit owners, get their feedback really quickly, it's like a survey monkey, but better, and have a better idea of what it is that people wanna do. Versus us, because I get a little nervous when we start talking about changing the way they've walked and everything, because there's a reason that people walk a certain way. If they're going down to the beach, like by Tide Mark, they go this way, you know, just thinking.
I bet if you put a survey out, you'd be lucky to get 10% response.
No, but that's
I'm
what's
just saying my
interesting.
opinion.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
You-
Tony.
When you hear the presentation,
Yeah, the
I thought the same
presentation,
thing,
yeah.
very impressive. What the reaction
People
was.
don't respond.
No.
I'm looking at this plan, and I know this is an architect's idea, but it looks like it involves us knocking down a townhouse or something?
No.
No.
What is this, what is that big white,
Well, there was an idea to put like a restaurant.
it looks like it's like a clubhouse or something.
That is the,
Yeah,
Because if
That
the
is
pool,
the
if the
gazebo.
pool didn't move south, then no, there's the gazebo right there, and then there's that big white box.
No, that's the pool.
oh, that was supposed
No,
to
no,
be, no, the gazebo, and then they want to do a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a bar closer to the pool.
This is the gazebo.
No, the gazebo.
That was a bar.
They added an additional.
There's no way there's this much space between the pool and the.
They changed the recommended layout of the gazebo, and they separated the bar that was closer.
Did the pool move south?
No.
No.
That's not the original gazebo, they changed it, they recommended a different thing.
All right, now I know this site really well, and there's no way that there's this much space between the pool and this townhouse. There's no way.
They changed the layout
They
and
bent
stretched.
space and time. is what
No,
they
they
did.
stretched it, they stretched it.
Okay, all
But
right.
the one here was a bar.
It's not really sound.
They stretched it.
That's Rudy's.
Should we pass that while he's not here?
So,
For the price, only for the price.
if everybody looks at page 4, okay, page 4 shows